Hey guys, how you doing? We're back. Quick video I wanted to put out today. I just want to show you this team here. It's Iron Twins Fortress Stage 15, and I swapped out my Krisk for Oella. She's fully booked in Masteries, and I'll kind of show you how she's built and everything. But I mean, she's insane. She's very, very, very good. And it's enabled me to free up a Krisk for other content. They're both for Hydra and very similar builds. One's a little faster, but now that I can specialize Oella for this, you know, who knows what we can accomplish here. And I kind of want to talk about this team because we can get it free to play friendly. That's right, you heard it here first. Sorry, man, I'm having like strokes lately. Um, so just to show you this, yeah, it's 2 minutes 40 seconds. Slow, right? People want to be under a minute, around a minute 20. But if I'm going to show you a free to play friendly option, and it's going to be the same speeds, it's going to be this right here. So let's just kind of get into it. Now, I'm not going to be able to show you a run, but I will break down a team for you. Okay. So let's go to here. Actually, we can. What was that? No. Okay. So let's just jump into something else just to build a team. It doesn't matter. We can go to team setup here. And my twin team is right here. Okay. So we have one, two, technically three free to play options here with Lady Kimmy. But we can replace Lady Kimmy with an epic. We can replace Duchess with a legendary that was a fragment fusion. All right. And that's this guy here. In Geomancer, you can really just replace with any HP burner and you're going to get around the same time. So let's just kind of go over the speeds for the team. Mithrala you get essentially for free for just doing Hydra, right? So it's been over a year, I think, now since Hydra came out. So you should have her by now if you've been playing for a while. Oella was a fusion, and she was not a easy fusion, if I remember right. She was a traditional, and those are definitely harder. So she wasn't fun. So we got Mithrala going at 264. She has a mix of a little bit of resistance and accuracy, even though her accuracy becomes her resistance. She's in this team just to put the increased defense and to put up the shield and the strengthen, right? Duchess is in here mainly for her passive because she can decrease the damage allies receive by 25%, 15% from bosses. She also brings in block debuffs and a perfect veil, which also reduces damage that the team takes. Lady Kimmy is in here for one job really only, and that is to increase the accuracy of the team. Sadly, she does bring in a decreased speed with her decreased accuracy. These are not essential debuffs, but it does make the run take longer because she places decreased speed. The Iron Twins boss will speed up his turn meter every time a buff is placed on your team, unless you have decreased speed on him. So if you have decreased speed, he doesn't buff himself with his with his turn meter. The best option to replace Lady Kimmy with would be Claude the Beast Feeder. He's pretty great. Let's go take a look at him here. Okay. Let's kind of get out of here. As you saw, Oella was my last person I ran through Minotaur. So here, nope. Now I have had a couple Claudes in my time, but I never kept any of them. I end up using them as food because we never thought that this would really be essential. So he has this ability called Beast Escape. He'll place big speed and big increase accuracy on your allies for 2 turns at a 3-turn cooldown. That's pretty good. You can pretty much keep that up almost infinitely if you give him the right speeds. He has a passive healing here. He has a little bit of a shield, not much. It's nothing crazy, and he has a bit of a decreased crit rate. But you would essentially build him with almost no accuracy, high resistance, and you want him tanking. He's got very good base HP. He's got okay base defense. He has very good base speed right here at 110. Okay, so I actually will be swapping out Lady Kimmy for Claude when I get another Claude. That's definitely happening. Okay. So for our Duchess, we can actually swap her out for a Fragment Fusion that we just did maybe a month or two ago. And he probably will be the best fusion of the year, and this is Pythion. Pythion is a very similar kit to Duchess. Right here with this passive. Allies receive 5% less damage from each, or damage from skills for each buff on them. It'll stack up to 25%. This potentially can be better than Duchess, right? And especially if you're running a team like Oella, uh, Pythion, Claude, you already have a couple buffs, probably more than enough that would suffice for that 25% decrease of damage, right? He heals a little bit on his A1. He places block debuffs on his A2 and removes all debuffs from all allies, and then heals them by 10% of their max HP, and then heals each ally by an extra 5 of their max HP for each debuff removed from them. The Iron Twins does put out like decreased crit rate, decreased attack, stuff like that, so it becomes very effective. He also has a res on his A3 that also brings a strengthen. Okay. And he has an increased resistance in all battles by 60. This guy is great. I love him. I have mine coming down here for the extra resistance, and I've put him in one of the best sets in the game, which is this Defiance set, right? Because it gives us 10% increased defense and 15% damage mitigation on AoE attacks. This guy becomes a powerhouse, especially against Iron Twins. Iron Twins got announced. We all started playing Iron Twins. Kind of difficult. People figured out the formula. People didn't have a Duchess. You know, they were trying the Helicath builds with all the Painkeepers and stuff. The Man-Eater was really popular. They nerfed that, so he goes through unkillable now. But not block damage, so you can still use that. But then they're like, hey, let's do this Pythion fusion. This should help you out. People were encouraged to do it. Was it a little hard? Yeah, it was a little hard. It was a little bit harder than regular fragment fusions, okay? But as you can see, I have him in a set of Stone Skin, but I have him in 2 sets of this. So he has 30% damage mitigation from AoE attacks and plus 20% defense, bringing his total stats up to 69. All right, how you doing? 997,000, 3.6k defense, 244 speed, 625 resistance, which is pretty decent. Still not enough for level 15 of the Iron Twins because he can still get debuffs on him. And we do need to make him a little bit faster. You want him over 250 speed. And I'm trying to see. I sadly don't have 5-star on that. Or 6-star on that. That's buffed. That's been buffed. Oh, excuse me. Let's see, we got resistance. Let's see if we have a resistance. Whoop. Resistance with speed. Yeah, that's one roll. Who's it? Ooh, Aox? Nope. Crisks. Yeah, my Crisks are really, they have the best ones. So sadly, we can't improve that speed just yet. But we'll work on it. I might get lucky. I might ascend this. See if we can't hit it right here. Hey, we did. Very nice. All right, 1 Speederino. I mean, he does need to be a 250 or higher, so I guess I'll just keep pumping this up. Oh, we need 30 of these. We're just a little short. Most we can get's an extra 5, huh? So we're at 247. We'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah, Pythion is a great substitute for Duchess Level 2 since she's more of like a pay-to-win thing because you have to get lucky and just get her. But Pythion very much competes in that same category. Claude very much competes in Lady Kimmy's category. But if you have a Lady Kimmy and you want to look at my build, here, I'll show you. I have her very fast. 282, not... Okay, she's fast. I shouldn't say very fast. She has just enough accuracy that when I put her in my Astronix farm team, she functions as what she needs to do. Same in my Iron Twins. Okay, so she's more than fast enough. She's got more than enough defense. She has not as much HP as I'd like, and she's got a decent amount of accuracy. Okay, she is in PvE, essentially, formation, I guess is what you could say, configuration, right? We even have her down here to War Master. I have her in 2 sets of perception and a set of speed. I have 2 rares, 3 rares on here in the build. Nothing crazy. Okay. Now the Duchess I use is my big Duchess. Where'd she go? do Big Duchess. I have her in resistance, speed, and divine speed. Okay, because I want her very fast. I want her with very decent resistance. Okay, decent HP and very decent defense. She is in a reaction set because I use her for a lot of my go second teams. I know 290 speed. She's in the go second team, but I use her in my go second teams in arena. Okay, 3 buffs here, 1 buff here, 2 buffs here. And again, she's built very much the same as my Python, where I bring her down to unshakable. Okay. And then my Mithrala, she's obviously in triple perception. She has a couple rare pieces still. I could swap these out. And she has a 5-star piece here. But she's fast, 264. You just remember you need to be over 250 speed. 627 accuracy, 69,000 HP, 3.4k defense. And I actually have her built into a PvE setup. Okay, I did have her down to here, Eagle Eye, but I realized she wasn't good enough, and I wasn't going to use her for arena, essentially is what it was. Especially with this stupid fucking polymorph being out. It is what it is. Yeah, polymorph has pretty much ruined the meta, and now we're about to do live arena, which if you haven't seen that video, go look. Raids put out a new video on their YouTube channel about live arena and what you can expect. Okay. Let's take a look over here at Oella. This is her here. I have her in, again, 2 sets of Defiant and a set of Speed. I wish this was HP percentage for her chest, but it's accuracy. And I sadly don't want any accuracy on her because she's able to put her debuff from her A1 on the boss to decrease speed, which makes the run take longer. But I have her, see, HP ring, defense percent, and HP substats. Defense amulet. You always want a flat defense amulet when you're working with supports like this. She is in resistance. This is legit the best banner I had that was resistance. Okay. She's 304 resistance, 306 accuracy, 268 speed, so she's more than fast enough. 62k HP and 3.3 defense. So she has the requirements there, right? She's meeting them. And then I bring her down here to timely intervention because I want her taking as many turns as possible, essentially without putting her in a reflex set, right? Or relentless. Because I want her to constantly come back to not this one, but this one here. Increases the duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn. Now, if you have her and Krisk on the same team, they're going to pretty much keep all the buffs up all the time for your entire team. You're not going to have a problem. You're going to stonewall the boss. Perfect. If you have her plus Lady Kimmy on the same team, not only are you able to keep the buffs duration increased and loop back around to it, you're also able to get increased resistance on your team too. So what I really love about Oella is she plus Lady Kimmy bring down the stat requirements for Iron Twins Fortress. And honestly, they're probably going to bring down the stat requirements for all the bosses in the game currently, hard mode included, if you can fit them in, and bosses and other content that are going to be coming out. I think she's kind of underrated right now. You know, I like her. I see that people are rating her, 4 and up. Looks like she's decent on arena defense. She's good in Hydra. I'm saying, I like her. She's definitely permanently replaced my Krisk in that team. And we'll just kind of go forward from there. I'm going to do some more experimenting with her and see what other shenanigans we can get up to. But something tells me you can get up to a bunch of crazy shit with her. Especially if I'm able to fill this out with refresh gear. It's going to be pretty good. But if you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. I know this is kind of a lame-ass video. I just got done working a 13, and I was just like flabbergasted when I did my Iron Twins run. I was like, oh, let's switch her in. She's fully booked out now. She's fully mastered. I want to see what she can do on Iron Twins. And lo and behold, she shines, right? So my advice right now is if you are having trouble meeting the requirements of the Iron Twins Fortress, see if I can. No, it's not on here, is it? No. If you are having a hard time meeting the stat requirements for Iron Twins Fortress, as in you don't have enough resistance to resist his Iron Brand, but you don't have enough accuracy to land your debuffs on him, then I recommend bringing in Lady Kimmy for the accuracy increase. Claude, you could bring in Oella. She was a fusion for the increased resistance. I don't think there's any epics right now or rares that do increase resistance, but there is a rare that does increase accuracy. Now, this is a legit poor man's budget version. What you can do if you don't have a Lady Kimmy, you don't have a Claude, but you do have a rare dwarf. Though he is a void rare, you can come down here and who is it? Kurzad? Kurzad. Big increase accuracy buff for your allies for 2 turns. It's on a 3-turn cooldown, right? And this book's up to what, 50, 65, 75% chance. With masteries, you can get that up to 80% chance, which is still pretty good, right? So, oh, what am I thinking here? Oh, jeez. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having a brain fire. It's late in the day. I worked a long shift. I'm sorry. Just ignore that last part. Just bring in Kurzab deep part. Make him fast. Make him very tanky. And he'll do the job for you. I actually might just level 1 up to 60 and max him out and just run him like that. Replace Lady Kimmy until I can get a Claude. Because he does the job you want by making the stat requirement a lot easier. So I'm sorry about that. I'll be putting a couple more videos out later this week. I do have a account takeover coming up this weekend. I'm going to help a fellow Sin Cluster clanmate get to the top chest in Nightmare Clan Boss. He is a fairly new account, around level 50, and we're going to see if we can help the guy out. All right, guys. Well, take care of yourselves. I love you. Mwah. God bless. Goodbye.